Hello YouTube. Welcome back to the Bison Workshop. I'm Bob. And today we're going to work on my guitar. As everybody has seen, the Briar guitar, and I'll get it here and show you. We're redesigning the Briar. Yes, it looks a little rough right now, but I've cleaned out or milled out the cavity to accommodate two humbuckers. We got a bridge and we got a neck, and I should have got pickups that had beauty rings on them, but I'm glad I didn't now. What we're doing is making beauty rings to go around these pickups. And I tried to 3D print them, and they printed okay, but they're just rough, and what it takes to get them smoothed out, it just doesn't look right, and they're flimsy, you know, and they'll break real easy, I'm sure. So I had one of these mud flaps that is aluminum and has ridges on it, and I'd rather have flat aluminum, but this is actually going to work out pretty nice. What I've done is cut these, the width, and just a little extra, because those ridges there are a little thin, so I'm making mine a little bit wider, not by much, maybe a 1/16 of an inch, maybe less on each side, so it gives it a little more stability. And what we have here is a wide area that is flat. Well, we're going to try to accommodate for that by splitting the difference between them and cut these down so that they are about the same distance between so that the wide part is in the center. Yes, I could probably take and mill all these ridges off, but I really want to keep those ridges for stability, for, you know, for rigidness. And so we're going to make it so that it looks uniform, and cut these down, drill the holes, screw them to a piece of plywood, clamp it in the mill, and then we're going to mill out the center part. So instead of making them square like that, I want to make mine to cover all that in, so it's not square, it's the same contour as the pickup. So that's what we're doing right now. So I'm going to go ahead and finish cutting these to the size that I need, and then get all the holes drilled, all 4 or all 6 holes, and then we'll stick them on the mill, screw them down, and then we'll mill the center out. Alright guys, now we've got the plate screwed to this board, and then this board screwed to the board that I have in the clamp. Hopefully that'll give me enough rigidity to do this. Now I've got it lined up and ready to start cutting, and we're just going to plunge till we're all the way through to the wood, and then we're just going to cut that piece out. Hopefully this works out. If not, I'll break a bit. Alright, so now before we take the part out, we want to make sure that it's going to be right. This one here piled up on me in a bit because I was going too slow. Get rid of all these burrs. And then we'll check and make sure that they fit. And they do. So now we're done with that. So now we can take them out. And we'll meet you at the bench. So now we get to take this off. Trim them up a little bit if they're not too hot. And we'll remove this. And then we'll get a file. And we'll file them. Alright, so now we clean some of this here glue off that had that old tread or tread tape on it. Now I'm going to clean these up a little bit better than that and probably round these off just a little bit. But for now, let's see how she works. I think that'll look pretty decent. And I did get my screw holes a little off on the one side, and that pisses me off, but I don't want to cut another one. I don't think it's going to be all that noticeable. If it is, yeah, I'll make me another set. But how I should have, what I did, I put that on there and held it with two clamps on this side, and this here shifted on me because this is so flimsy of plastic. What I should have done, and if you do this, is take this old one and put two-sided tape on both sides of it and stick it on there, and that would have kept me from going off. But that's alright. We'll see how it looks when we get the guitar done. If it looks bad, then the next one I'll know what to do. So I think these will look pretty decent against this. Oops, don't want to break my pickup already. So I think that'll look pretty decent. What do you guys think? Two of those. So that's how you take and make something out of nothing. You know, I had that tread aluminum, or it's tread aluminum, but it's not the X's. It's the ridges. So I just took a piece of it here, and as soon as I find it, and cut me a piece out of it. I don't know what these are for. I think they were something to do with mud flaps, or I don't know. It had these two holes drilled in it originally, so I don't know what they were for, but I got a bunch of them that I use for decorations around all my tools, and I just had this piece left over, and I'm probably going to have to sacrifice one of the ones on my bench to make another set, because I have a funny feeling that that's going to look like crap. Because in 2 holes, if you notice, this hole here is closer to the edge than this one down here. So as long as I put them in there straight and then drill them, it won't be all that noticeable, if at all. So we'll see. So here we've got a set of beauty rings for your pickups on your guitar. Now, yes, I'm going to clean these up and make them look a little bit better, and probably file 45 on the edge of these raised areas. As you can see, you got one here, 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 and here, and I'll just 45 those, and then just round that off a little bit on the corner just to match the inside of that. I wanted to make it so that you wouldn't see such a square here, but the big bit wouldn't plunge. So I did a test piece and it wouldn't plunge, so I just went ahead and did it this way. This is the way the original ones are anyway. So I was looking on eBay to buy a set, and I said, why buy them when I can make them? And that's what I'm doing. I'm making them. So I hope you guys got something out of this and learned how to make something out of what you have laying around the shop. And hopefully this guitar will look good. I'm redoing it. I'm putting double pickups in it. I'm putting new potentiometers in it for the volume and the tone. A new jack for the plug or the cord to plug into, and a new switch. So I'm thinking about putting a roller bridge on it. I'd like to put a roller nut on it, but I'm not going to mess up my neck, because there's a chance that I could mess it up. I mean, if I mess that up, sure enough, I'll just leave the bone one in there and be done with it. So anyway, don't forget to like, share, comment, subscribe. If you want to help the shop out, you can do so with PayPal at bisonworkshop@gmail.com. You guys have a good one. Later.